The Taniwha's Portal. Chapter 1. The Discovery. Jack Thompson had always been drawn to the world's mysteries, and his latest trip to New Zealand was no exception. A seasoned travel journalist, Jack had traversed many lands, but there was something uniquely compelling about the ancient Maori culture and the rugged beauty of New Zealand. One particularly sunny afternoon, Jack found himself wandering through Te Papa Tongarewa, the National Museum in Wellington. The museum was a veritable treasure trove of Maori artifacts, geological wonders, and historical exhibits. Jack moved from one display to another, absorbing the rich history and culture that surrounded him. As he turned a corner into a dimly lit section of the museum, Jack's eyes were immediately drawn to a peculiar artifact displayed in an ornate glass case. It was an amulet, intricately carved with symbols that seemed both ancient and otherworldly. The label read, "The Taniwha Amulet, Legend of the Guardian." Intrigued, Jack leaned in closer. The amulet seemed to emit a faint, eerie glow, casting an ethereal light on the surrounding objects. His journalist instincts kicked in, and he snapped several photos. He then read the description. According to Maori legend, this amulet was created by an ancient tribe to protect their people from a powerful Taniwha, a mythical creature said to dwell in the waters of New Zealand. The amulet is believed to possess magical properties that can open portals to other realms. Jack's curiosity was piqued. Could there be some truth to the legend? He decided to dig deeper. After speaking with the museum curator, a friendly, elderly man named Tane, Jack learned that the amulet had been discovered in a remote part of the South Island, near an area renowned for its network of underground caves. "I've always wondered if there's more to this amulet than meets the eye," Tane said, his eyes twinkling with the excitement of untold stories. "Many have tried to uncover its secrets, but none have succeeded. Maybe you could be the one." Jack felt a thrill of excitement. This could be the story of a lifetime. He thanked Tane and made his way back to his hotel, his mind buzzing with possibilities. That night, Jack couldn't sleep. He kept thinking about the amulet and the legends surrounding it. The next morning, Jack set out for the South Island. He rented a sturdy jeep and drove through the breathtaking landscapes of New Zealand, his destination set for the remote area where the amulet had been found. The journey was long and arduous, but Jack's determination fueled him. As he drove along winding roads, the scenery changed from bustling towns to vast, open landscapes. Towering mountains loomed in the distance, and pristine rivers meandered through verdant valleys. The beauty of New Zealand was awe-inspiring, but Jack's mind was focused on the task at hand. After hours of driving, he reached the small town of Taniwha, the gateway to Fiordland National Park. Jack had arranged to meet with a local guide, Hemi, who was familiar with the area's caves. Hemi was a rugged outdoorsman with an encyclopedic knowledge of the region's geography and folklore. "Welcome to Taniwha," Hemi greeted Jack with a firm handshake. "I hear you're interested in the Taniwha amulet. It's a fascinating piece of history." Jack nodded, eager to begin their expedition. "Yes, I want to learn everything I can about it. The legend, the caves, anything that might help me understand its significance." Hemi smiled. "You're in for quite an adventure. The caves where the amulet was found are hidden deep in the wilderness. It's not an easy trek, but it's worth it." They set off early the next morning, venturing into the wilderness with backpacks filled with supplies. The path grew narrower and more treacherous as they approached the caves. The air was thick with the scent of damp earth and moss, and the sound of distant waterfalls added to the sense of mystery. After several hours of hiking, they arrived at the entrance of a large cave, hidden behind thick foliage. The cave's mouth yawned open like a gateway to another world, its darkness seeming to pulse with secrets. "This is where the amulet was found," Hemi said, his voice echoing in the cavernous entrance. "Be careful, Jack. These caves are full of surprises." Jack felt a shiver of anticipation. He took out his flashlight and stepped into the darkness, ready to uncover the secrets that lay within. The cave walls were damp and cold to the touch, and the air grew cooler as they ventured deeper. The beam of Jack's flashlight revealed ancient carvings on the walls, depicting scenes of tribes and mythical creatures. As they moved further into the cave, the passageways twisted and turned, sometimes narrowing to the point where they had to squeeze through tight gaps. The silence was oppressive, broken only by the occasional drip of water from the cave ceiling. Jack's heart raced with a mixture of fear and excitement. What lay ahead? Suddenly, the tunnel opened into a vast chamber. The ceiling soared high above, and in the center of the chamber was a stone pedestal. On it rested an identical amulet to the one Jack had seen in the museum. But this one was different. It glowed with a pulsating light, as if alive. Jack approached cautiously. "This is incredible," he whispered. "It's just like the one in the museum, but more powerful." Hemi nodded. "The legends say that the amulet's true power can only be unlocked in its place of origin. This must be it." As Jack reached out to touch the amulet, the ground beneath him trembled. A low rumble echoed through the chamber, and the light from the amulet intensified. Suddenly, the floor gave way, and Jack felt himself falling. He tumbled through the darkness, the world spinning around him. When he finally landed, it was with a thud on soft, mossy ground. Jack groaned and sat up, rubbing his head. He was no longer in the cave. Around him was a dense forest, unlike any he had seen before. The trees were enormous, their leaves shimmering with an iridescent glow. Jack's heart pounded in his chest. Where was he? How had he gotten here? As he stood and looked around, he realized that his adventure was just beginning. He had stumbled upon a portal to another dimension and time, a place filled with unknown dangers and mysteries waiting to be unraveled. Little did Jack know, this new world would test his courage and ingenuity in ways he could never have imagined. With a deep breath, he set off into the unknown, determined to uncover the secrets of the Taniwha's portal.